Welcome to the Books Between Friends podcast.
3 lifelong friends,
one shared obsession.
Books.
From epic fantasy to page-turning thrillers.
We dive into the stories we love
And the ones we just can't stop talking about.
So take a seat,
Grab a drink,
and get cozy.
Hey book friends, welcome back. Question for all of the book friends, but since I can't talk to all of you, I'm only going to talk to Jen and Steph real quick. Question for you. What is currently bookmarked in your brain? What is taking up all the headspace right now? For me, listen, as a teacher, I try to find multiple ways to keep kids from stealing my pencils. And so
Sorry.
a way...
It's a problem.
It is a problem. Like,
Yeah.
it's like they eat them for snacks sometimes.
They do.
So a way that I've learned to, I can't take credit for it, but a way that I've learned to keep kids from doing that is having a specific number of pencils in a cup, and each of them have a piece of tape with a name. I have named each pencil, and it has worked like a charm. None of my pencils have gone missing. So my first round of pencils, I had 12 of them until they were all down to the nubs, and they were named after 6 characters from Friends and 6 characters from Schitt's Creek.
Perfect.
And now, since we come back after break, it's time for a new set of pencils, and they are all labeled with Stranger Things characters.
Yay.
Oh, cool.
And so one of my kids today asked me, "Look, can you rank these in order of like your favorite character?" And I was like, challenge accepted. So I
That's
did.
fun.
And when I got to Jonathan's pencil, I just like threw it across the room. Because to me, after the first season, he's just not necessary. And so all of
1000%. Yeah.
yeah, all of the kids were just like, he doesn't like Jonathan. I was like, I didn't know there was so much love for Jonathan, but that little character ranking has
Can't
been.
relate.
I don't know. I don't know what it was with it, but like that character ranking has been in my head. Like that theory that Jonathan just isn't really necessary. I like him for Nancy. He's nice, but he's not necessary ultimately.
So without making this episode a Stranger Things episode, who is your number one?
Yes,
I know.
please. We
And-
must know.
At least it's number one. Like, you don't have to tell us the rest.
Who did I put for number? I'll tell you 2. My top one was Max. I love Max.
Oh yeah, she's a good
And
one.
then my second favorite was Robin.
Oh,
Love.
okay. I love
Yeah.
Robin. Yeah, good picks. Good picks.
Yep.
So for me, you guys, I cannot get over Zodiac Academy.
The saga of the Zodiac Academy tales.
Oh my god, y'all. Like, I have read almost the entire universe. So, like, I read the prequel, the 5-book prequel. I read the 9-book main series. And then I read the novellas that were in between them. And I just cannot get enough of these characters. Like, I think about them all the time.
So
I go to bed
hilarious.
thinking about them.
You've been
We
deep
know.
in your Zodiac Academy era since like this time last year.
Since March.
Yes.
Since March of last year, yeah.
Okay.
And the problem is, like, I can't talk to you guys about it just yet. I have to wait. And so I literally, whenever I scroll through my phone, I get a lot of Zodiac Academy content, and I'm just
Of course.
watching and rewatching and watching and rewatching. I'm like, I just love them.
It's
I
so
kind of want to
interesting.
I want to do a reread already. Is that terrible?
Already. Oh my gosh.
Already.
But they're so good.
Already.
You barely finished.
Actually, I haven't even finished. I still have the last sequel series to read.
Oh my god. Crazy.
Okay, that's me.
We listen and we don't judge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I might be right there with you this time next year. We'll see.
Yeah. It's
We'll see, yeah.
You get so
Um,
invested. Like, it's so
Yeah.
many books,
Well,
and
how-
you get heavily invested.
How could you not? It's
Exactly.
such a big series.
Yeah.
But for me, it's also book related. So I guess it's been a week ago today now. Yeah. I finished Metal Slinger.
Oh,
And you guys, the twist at the end was like nothing I've ever experienced. And I keep thinking about it. Like, I have moved on to like multiple other books since then. And I still keep thinking about that twist. It's insane.
Yeah.
And I think by the time these episodes start coming out, we're going to be about to possibly discuss the second book that comes out in the summer. hopefully. So I just can't wait. Like, I'm probably gonna end up rereading it like multiple times until then.
I keep on hearing about this twist at the end.
It's so
Crazy.
It's
I
so
did.
good.
I did not see it coming at all.
Yeah,
I
I need to get
remember-
on the bandwagon, I guess.
Yes, I remember. Oh my God, what was I doing? I was in the middle. It was late too. I remember that, and I don't know why I was still awake. But Stephanie texted me, "I just finished. What the hell?" And I'm like, "I told you."
I can like see that
Oh my
happening in
God.
real time.
I was like, "I told you." Yes.
And it was actually so fun to be in the book club on Fable that I did, like reading
awesome.
along with it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's reactions were like obviously very similar.
Yeah. So I follow this book influencer named Jordan, and she read it a little bit after I did. And most book influencers, especially the ones that have like really big followings, like they don't respond to you very much. Like they'll try to respond in some comments, but they don't really respond. But I messaged her because she posted a story and said, "Finish the book. Oh my God, I need to talk about this." So like I messaged her right away, and she responded, and we talked about this book. And we
How
were
fun.
both like, yeah, we
That's
were
so
both
cool.
tripping out over this freaking ending.
It is one of those that you just have to talk about. Like,
To someone, anyone, please.
yeah. And after
Please,
that
for the
twist,
love of God.
it makes you want to go back and kind of like see if you can pinpoint the signs. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Love it. I'm excited to read it.
We're pushing you towards reading it, Ethan.
I know,
Ethan,
just
peer
like we
pressure.
did with Throne of Glass, you know, like, hey, we're sending you all the
And it's just one
blind
book.
vibes. All right. Well, I think that's a perfect segue since y'all did bully me into reading in Throne of Glass, and thank you very much. All right, book friends, today we're continuing a new kind of content we're really excited about, all centered around the series that is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is actually a bit of a rarity for us. All three of us have read this entire series, at least all the books that are currently out. And whenever that happens, we have decided that we would like to lean in and create some specialized content just for that world. So we kicked things off with our hottest takes episode, where opinions were shared, jaws were certainly dropped, and unsurprisingly, debate absolutely ensued. So if you haven't watched that one yet, we highly recommend starting there. And then join us here for this video. And while you're at it, give it a like, make sure you're subscribed, and then come back and join us as we keep diving into the chaos that is Throne of Glass.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see you in the comments.
All right, so to set the stage for this episode, again, we're talking about what ifs. So instead of our book club style discussions, we're each going to share 3 what ifs. So we're talking moments, characters, and choices from the series, asking how the story might change if one of these things went differently. And this isn't rewriting the books or fixing them. It's just a way to explore the world and characters and the themes a little more creatively. Or maybe how we might have wanted them to go instead.
For real.
Some of these takes are going to be serious, some are going to be chaotic, and none of them are canon. But we want to know what you think. As you're listening or watching, let us know which what if you vibe with, which one you hate, and which one completely breaks the story for you. So now I'm going to pass it over to Jen to chat through some rules for today's episode.
All right, you guys. So here are the rules. Each of us will take a turn given a what if scenario about the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. So we will propose our what if, we will share it. Our co-hosts will chime in and share their thoughts and hopefully cause some discussion. And we will decide if the what if was for better, worse, or if it just hits different. And then we will rinse and repeat with the other co-hosts taking turns. Each co-host, like Stephanie mentioned, is only going to share 3, because again, same thing with our hot takes. We just had so many what ifs. Because this is a big story, so the story could have gone in many different ways.
Yeah.
Some of us like characters more than others, and so I'm interested to see where you guys think about some of these characters and their story and their plot. So I am really excited for this one, you guys.
Same. I think I came up with 5, and then I had to stop myself because I was like, it's just going to be too hard to knock it down to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead.
Right, yeah.
All right, Steph. So start us off by sharing your first what if scenario.
Okay, so my first one is about the book Assassin's Blade. And so
Okay.
I think we all read that one first. Is that right, Ethan? Is that where you started? Or did you start
did
with Throne
not.
of Glass?
I started with
okay.
Throne of Glass. I read
Good to know.
what's the Crown of Midnight, and then I
Okay.
did Assassin's Blade.
Okay, so then
Okay.
just Stephanie and I read it first.
Yeah, so we did like the chronological like timeline order. So this was one of my favorites in the series, and particularly I loved Sam and Selena together in this book. And unfortunately, that was the only book where we
Rip
got him in. So yeah, R.I.P. to Sam. Moment of silence. So my what if is, what if Sam and Selena hadn't taken that last job that was a trap set by Arabin? So remember, Sam was ready to leave with Selena, and they were planning to go to the southern continent, which gets brought up late, like way later on in the series during Tower of Dawn. Obviously, Kale ends up at the southern continent, but Selena really felt like they needed some more money before they actually took off, and so that's why Sam decided to take this last, job before they left.
The trap.
Which ended up being a trap that, ended up with his unaliving.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking a big part of the plot happened in Tower of Dawn where Chaol was in the southern continent, and he learned a lot about Maeve and the true history of the Fae and the healers and the Vogue while he was there. So what if Sam and Selena had been the ones to discover all of that?
Yeah. So same what if scenario, except I just really quoted my what if Sam never died. So it wasn't really about what if they never took
Okay.
the last job. It was just what if he had never died, right? So yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing because my head is thinking I think Selena would have still became Aelin, and she still would have pursued her path to becoming Queen of Terrasen, only because she was getting ready to tell Sam the truth. Yes, he
Right.
didn't know, and yes, they were running away, but to your point, they were going to the southern continent where a lot of that information was. And honestly, I didn't put that together. My only thing was I know they're going to run away, but her telling him her backstory, he was going to be the one to push her to pursue becoming Queen of Terrasen. He was the one that was going to guide her and help her and becoming the person that she needs to become for her people. So
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
totally.
Yeah, I love this question because I too love Sam's character. I think the only thing that detracts from this, the luster that is this question, is Chaol to me.
Okay.
Because he wouldn't have ended up with Irene
True.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Because Aelin or Selena never would have met Irene to begin with had they just run off. Because is Sam's story
Well,
not the first one in Assassin's
No,
Blade?
that was
She
that
still
was
met
after.
Irene. Yeah.
Yeah. They probably
Okay.
would have met in the southern continent again.
So
And
she
I could even still see Irene becoming who she was and being as pivotal in the war as she was still.
Because
Okay,
she met
then
Irene
yes.
on the way to the Red Desert.
Right.
And so she could have gone to the southern continent, met Irene again, brought her back because she's a healer and healers are needed. And then that's
Right.
when her and Chaol would have met.
Got yes. Then delete what I said earlier because that's I was hinging that on the fact that she wouldn't have met Irene. Period. Had she done all this with Sam first. But yeah, no, I still like that idea for Sam and Aelin to just go ahead and run off. And I still would have thought that Selena would have become Aelin
Yeah.
even with my earlier thought process. So I think things still would have happened. I like Rowan and Aelin together, but I wouldn't have been sad had that not been the case.
Right.
Because Rowan's
Y'all know
great.
how I
think
feel
he's
about that.
I think he's a cool guy, but I don't
He's fine.
need them to be mates.
So I think that,
Yeah.
you know, if we were to think about the Rowan situation, right? Like, I think we would have been one book less, right? We wouldn't have had Air of Fire because she wouldn't have
Right.
she wouldn't have had to go through all of that. She would have had Sam
Right.
because Sam just made her better. And
Yeah.
so I think the way Rowan would have been introduced would have been as an enemy, you know, maybe like even helping Maeve trying to get the keys.
Yeah,
Kind of like
possibly.
Lorcan was doing, you know? And so I think that would have been his role in this new story that we're creating.
Yeah.
Right.
A good what if scenario.
Now
yeah.
she wouldn't have been like Sam wouldn't have been his mate though, or her mate though, because he's not Fae.
Right.
But she
right.
still would have been happy.
Yeah. Yes.
And we probably still would have gotten like a little bit of a love triangle there with Rowan being her mate, you know?
That would have made things super interesting, actually. I like
Yeah.
that.
I think that whole situation would have made the whole interaction and conflict with Maeve a lot higher stakes. Too, because after a while that conflict just felt easy, like
Yeah.
too easy.
Yeah.
We talked about
And
that
so-
last time though.
Yeah, I think that definitely would have raised the stakes quite a bit.
For
Ooh,
sure.
I love the
Yeah.
potential of a love triangle.
Yeah, that's one I wouldn't have minded seeing. I will let
Right?
the love
Yeah.
triangle pass on like I'll give it a pass. Yeah.
Okay, so we had this conversation again today, and I'm not hating love triangles anymore, y'all.
It's so funny. Like, you kept hating on love triangles, and I'm like, it makes things
No.
interesting. And like, I was telling you about what I'm reading
Yes.
now, Jen, and it's just so fun to read
It's
it.
fun. It's fun when it's done the right way.
Yes, yeah, it ups the drama.
Yes.
I suppose. I'm still not a huge fan of them, only because of the shining love triangle that always pops up into anyone's head is always going to be Bella, Edward,
Okay,
and Jacob.
that-
They ruined
And
things
so-
for
That's a
you.
love triangle
Yeah.
done poorly.
Yes. Yes.
I have
Right,
to
and so
say
it was my first introduction to love triangles,
Same.
reading
Okay.
it as a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, I'm fine.
Yeah. No, same
Yeah.
for sure.
That's
Okay,
fair.
it's-
Okay.
Ethan, what about you? What's your what if scenario?
Okay, so my first what if scenario is kind of my favorite. What if Manon never met Abraxos?
Oh.
I'm of the opinion that Manon would have been the villain of all villains. And
Yeah.
she would have, I think she probably would have gotten a little power hungry even and taken one of the grandmother's positions, her over her grandmother. And she may have,
Yeah.
done like a little Game of Thrones situation. Of course, that's probably a little more adult fantasy zone because I feel like that battle would have been pretty
Well-
gruesome.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What if she had become like, I like this because like Erewhon obviously was attracted to her because Maeve kind of disguised herself as her. Remember when
Yep.
she was trying to like,
And he got really excited about it.
yes. So, and that also has made me think, what if, now that you're talking about this what if scenario, she, okay, she doesn't meet Abraxos, who obviously softened her heart. She, gets that bigger wyvern. I forgot what his name was, but, the one that everybody was kind of like going after. And then when they meet with Erewhon, what if she had become another Vogue queen? Like Erewhon's queen.
Dude.
That would have honestly been a pretty cool other villain.
That would have
like
made
a
face
whole
off.
B subplot. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would have made the Vogs a little bit more interesting too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, Erewhon is creepy, cool, calm, collected, but
Right.
the whole Volg situation, I think, needed a little bolstering, and that would definitely would have been fantastic.
And with the 13 behind her, that would have been cool.
Actually, I think that the
Sinister
13 would have been gone. I know. I still think that the plot for the 13 would have been that they didn't make it through the series still.
No, I'm saying
Because-
like, even like,
Yeah,
if
even
if she had gotten together with Erewhon and then like
Yeah.
been by his side, like the story of like the 13 would still have followed her through that. Obviously, in the end, they die, but
no.
that
what
would have been
I'm-
cool to see them.
What I'm saying is that I don't think that would have happened. I don't think they would have followed her because what I think would have happened
Oh.
if she hadn't picked Abraxos, like she probably would have ended up executing her second, which is what her grandmother wanted, And I
Oh,
think
that's
that
right,
would have
yeah.
caused the 13 to stop following her.
Okay. So then they would have
Interesting.
split from her side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So I think she would have been alone in that.
She would have
would've
been
a lone
charged.
villain.
Oh, she would have been charged with
Ooh.
finding the rest of her 13, and that would have been the
Mm-hmm.
moment where she, like, there was no redemption for her anymore.
Yeah.
Like, she is the
Right,
villain
right.
of all villains. Like,
Yeah.
ooh.
That's a good one, Ethan.
I like that. Yeah.
Because I
So-
love Abraxos.
I
love
do,
Abraxos.
Yeah.
and he
Oh
does
my
humanize
gosh.
her. Like, he makes her better. No.
Yeah, he gives her, like, a solid redemption arc.
Yes. Oh,
Absolutely.
Yeah, they are amazing together. So yeah.
He likes to smell flowers.
I
It's
know.
so cute.
I mean,
Oh.
regardless, she still would have been my favorite character.
Oh, for
Villain
sure.
or not, yeah.
Villain or not,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I love
mean-
a cool, badass female villain.
I was just gonna say,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes authors do a great job of making their villains. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Cersei was a pretty great villain up until the
Oh,
end.
yeah.
Like
Totally.
Cersei was an
Yeah,
amazing
yeah.
villain, you guys.
Yeah.
Like, the way she died was stupid, but
Yeah,
she
I
was
hated
a
that for her.
great villain. Like,
She deserved a better death.
yeah, a worse death actually. Yeah.
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 Yeah, no, she was a good one, but yeah, no. See, she would have been like Cersei, like just super smart, because Manon is very smart, you know.
Very.
So
yeah.
she would have been like
Cunning.
that, I feel like very cunning, yeah. So I already
like
shared
that.
mine, so I'm not going to reshare it because we already talked about it. But yeah, mine was, what if Sam had never died? Like, I feel like everybody out in any Throne of Glass fan probably thinks the exact same thing. Like, they wanted Sam
Yeah.
to live. Like,
Oh my gosh,
Had-
he's like
had-
a perfect character.
Of course.
exactly. Had we picked anyone, it would be Sam for Aelin. So
Yeah.
he would,
absolutely.
and I love that she like goes up to him to his grave. You would have made a great king.
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
like,
that
yes,
was so
he would
sweet.
have.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
he would have.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So I'll share a different one, and I just won't go at the very end. So, what? You guys are gonna laugh because I'm sure y'all see this coming.
Okay.
But as much as I love Sam, because that was already my first what if, my other one is what if Aelin and Dorian had gotten together? So let me
Yes.
Yeah.
explain my line
Yes.
of thinking.
We did know this was coming.
Yes, they do.
Right,
You
yeah,
guys already
yeah.
know. So, reading Throne of Glass after, reading The Assassin's Blade, like, we get Dorian and Chaol, right? And I remember telling Stephanie when I first read this that I did not like that she picked Chaol over Dorian. So my what if is
That's fair.
like, yeah, I did not like it. I mean, again, I didn't like Chaol very much. So I just feel like they would have been better together. The feelings were there. The romance was starting to grow. The only reason she did not give him a chance is because of who his father was, and that he would have been the enemy with for her always. And then I kept thinking back, like, so is Chaol though. Chaol's very loyal to Dorian, so he still would have been the enemy
Yeah.
too. So that shouldn't have been the reason why she did not decide to be the Dorian.
Well, in the end, that's also the reason why she left Chaol, because you remember before she left for Wendelin, after they found out about
Yeah.
Nehemia's death, she screamed at him, "You will always be my enemy."
Yeah, no,
Yep.
So
I get that.
Yeah.
So I just think that
Don't ruin this for her, Steph.
No, but she's right. No, she's right.
Yeah.
Had she not, or had they been together, they would have created the two most powerful kingdoms. You guys, like, these
Yeah.
were two very powerful beings, and they have two kingdoms that they could have grown together had they stayed together. So, like, they would have been a powerful king and queen over Otterlin and Terrasen. Like, that's what I would have wanted. And again, going back to Rowan, like, I feel like same thing. He would have just basically stayed with Maeve, and he would have played into that. And then maybe he could have been the one with the love triangle there too when he came to fight them. But like, I really wanted to see more of Dorian grow, and I feel like
yeah,
if Aelin was growing, he was going to be growing right beside her. And at the end, it's not like he ended up with Manon anyways. Like, he set her free because he knows that she doesn't want to be tied down. So I want them together.
Yeah.
yeah.
What do y'all think? What changes do you think that would have made to the overall plot? Obviously, besides the
Yeah, so I see where
Obvious.
you're going with, like, that would have been a very powerful couple, and that would have been cool to see. It'd be interesting to see the combining of Terrasen and Otterlin, because obviously there would be some growing pains there, because
Yeah.
Otterlin initially, just invaded Terrasen and then
Right.
enslaved a lot of the people from there. So there would have obviously been some conflict around
Yeah.
that. So that'd be interesting to see, just like, the politics behind that. And then with like the whole plot of like the Vogue and one of the heirs having to be the one to make the sacrifice to seal the word gate, how would that have played out if they were together as a couple? That would have been
True.
interesting to see too.
Yeah. I think it definitely would have been interesting. I love Dorian. Like, I think he's like a solid character.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's certainly one of the more interesting ones because of his magic,
yeah.
And I always thought it was cool between, her fire and his ice. Like, that's always
Yeah.
a cool combination. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, though, had they gotten together, which, I mean, who's going to deny that couple? Like, half the
Yeah.
story wouldn't have needed to have been written because she wouldn't have had to have fought so hard for Terrasen against, what's his name? Awful man.
Erewhon?
No. Her
Darrow?
own general.
Darrow.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
She wouldn't have had to have fought him so hard for it because she has credibility already. Like, she's already,
Yeah.
going to be betrothed to the king, So I like that a couple. I'm wondering, though, it would have been at the detriment of Dorian, because I don't necessarily know he would have awakened his magic, so to speak, had she been there and he would have known about her and how powerful she is. And so I'm wondering if Erewhon would have posed more of a threat in that case, because they weren't there to balance each other out in the same way that they would have been
Okay.
had they not been together.
Well,
I
Yeah.
still love that idea of them being together, though.
They
Like,
could
that's
have- I
a fun
mean-
idea to play with.
Erewhon could have kidnapped maybe Aelin, like he probably would have figured out like
Mm-hmm.
Selena's Aelin and kidnapped her, and like that's how he's pushed to awaken his powers, because he has to save her.
Yeah.
True.
Because
True.
what was the catalyst for his power in the book? Or in the actual
He was
series? I
mad
can't remember.
after some council meeting with his dad, and I think that his dad was talking about like taking over.
Oh,
maybe
after he executed
Ilway?
everybody in
Yes, the
not
slave
Endovier,
mines.
but the mines. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
The
Yeah.
Is
camp,
that
yeah.
it?
Endovier? No.
No,
other
not
one.
Endovier.
No, the other one.
Yeah, the
it
other
starts with a
slave
C.
mines.
Whatever.
I can't
Whatever that one
remember.
is.
Yes.
Yeah.
The sister to Endovir.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was after, right? Yeah, it was after that. After he figured that out, so he was really mad at his dad for that, and he was mad that he felt so powerless against his dad, and that's kind of what awakened his power.
Yeah. I mean, if there's anything that I think is true about Dorian's character, is that he needs solidarity. Like, he needs to be on his own in order to find his strength. I think
Yeah.
whereas a lot of people might lean on someone else for their strength, his journey needs that. And I don't think he would have felt the need to necessarily until it was that he was forced to do so, which would kind of take away from some of his growth, I think, in our eyes.
Okay, because it would have bothered me. I looked it up. It was Caliculla.
That's right, because it sounds like, in my head, it sounds like Calcutta. I'm not comparing
Yeah,
that to
true.
to a slave camp, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was
Okay.
my what if, but you guys saw that coming because I have talked about how much I really liked Dorian, or still
Yeah.
love Dorian, but I really,
He's a
really wanted
good,
them.
solid guy.
Yeah, and Throne of Glass, like I just really wanted them together, and I was very upset when she turned him down for Kale. I was
Yeah.
like, "Girl, look at who you have. Why are you choosing Kale?" But
I
again,
don't know if I was
that's,
upset.
Yeah.
that was
I
just
was
my opinion, you
surprised,
guys.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to bring this back up because I kind of brought it up I think it was my honorable mention in our last episode on Throne of Glass.
Oh,
But
okay.
this is something that I always harp on, that Nehemia should not have died.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
my what if now is, what if she hadn't died? Like,
Yeah.
I just don't think that whole plot moment of her orchestrating her own death did not make sense for her character. She is stronger than that. I feel like she could have done so much more as an ally to Aelin. And she already knew how to read the word marks. So Aelin could have learned how to read them way sooner. If
Yeah.
that hadn't happened, they
Yep.
probably could have found the word keys way sooner as well. And I feel like there were other ways that Aelin could have finally accepted her heritage and her crown.
Yep.
So
And here's the
Yeah.
thing, though. Did she actually
100%.
accept her crown and heritage after Nehemia's death? No, it wasn't even until
Not
freaking Heir
really,
of Fire.
yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't even until later when she was literally, Rowan literally kicked her ass for it.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't even do that. If anything, it backfired on them, I guess, because it didn't have the effect that they were thinking. And I say they because, her and Elena orchestrated
Yeah.
this whole
Right.
thing. But
Yeah.
it didn't have the effect that they wanted. Like, she didn't want to become that, even more so because of her death. She was like, I don't want to be a part of this life. I don't want to be a part of these politics in this world,
right.
That's just. You especially feel like I felt dirty, like listening to Nehemia talk about why her own death was necessary. I was like, no,
Yeah.
it's not. And at that point, it kind of angers you because even when you read that part, you know that it wasn't even necessary. Like it
Yeah.
didn't serve a purpose. And so, no, Nehemia did not have to die at all. She could have. How much more interesting could Aelin's training have been,
Oh my
to
gosh,
become
yeah.
the
queen,
diplomat,
yeah.
yeah. And like, that would have been so interesting because then we hear about Ilway all the time, but we never get to go there.
Yeah.
And so we could have gone there and learned a whole new world.
Right.
And it would have been so much more interesting than Aelin just having to figure it out on her own.
Yeah.
Right.
Which gets old after a while. It's cool that she can do it. She's badass. I think she's still one of the badass female characters I've ever
Yes.
read.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, she has to learn it on her own again.
But
I
she
call it.
never leans on anyone for anything, which is also really annoying,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she
So,
kind of
yeah.
did a little bit with Nehemia already until, like she was the only one that she
Was leaning
kind
on,
of
yeah.
allowed herself to do that
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
I agree.
I just hate that
Actually,
she died so
Yeah.
early in the series. She didn't
I
need
know. Yeah, and she was actually my other what if too.
to. Dang it.
Well, it's fine. I mean, I really wanted her to live as well, and I think that
Yeah.
we could have saved a whole kingdom here. We didn't have to decimate every single kingdom in order for Aelin to take over Terrasen. Like, we could have saved her kingdom. She could have been the ally that she needed. She could have been so much more. And I also think that I did not appreciate the way that she orchestrated her own death by hiring that one butcher guy. Like,
Yeah.
why?
Ew.
Like, why?
Gross.
What? Wait.
It was pretty awful.
Actually, I have a question for y'all because of that. Did she ask Archer? Because I know they were working together. So did Nehemia ask Archer to hire that guy, or did she just tell him, like, help me orchestrate my death, and he's the one that hired?
No,
that
so
guy?
like there was like discord in the rebellion where Archer was on one side and Nehemia was on another side. They just had like differences of opinion on how to go about the rebellion. And
Gotcha.
so Archer felt like Nehemia had to like be eliminated, and so he decided to hire that butcher that you mentioned
Gotcha. Okay.
to kill her. But Nehemia knew that he would do that, and she
Allowed it.
like allowed it to happen because of the whole. Then Aelin will decide to act.
It just didn't need to be
Grody.
so gruesome. Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah,
just didn't need to
yeah.
be so damn gruesome. Like,
And if
I
you're going
don't-
to do that later in the series where we get to learn to love Nehemia.
Yeah,
Like, that would make it more impactful to me as a reader for sure.
Yeah.
And that's when that could have been an extra moment if Selena did need that extra nudge to accept her
That would have been
that could have been it at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Ethan, what was your second what if?
All right, my second what if is, what if Erewhon hadn't been the final villain? I'm of the opinion that it would have been much cooler if he, summons his brothers and then immediately upon their arrival they kill him and then they take over, or if Maeve had actually been the final villain, with her mastermind that she could have orchestrated a way to kill all three brothers at the same time. And then, all right, it's my turn. It's really my turn. You thought I was bad before. Let's see how bad you think I am now. I think it could have been a lot more effective for a final conflict had Erewhon not been the final villain.
I love that
go
idea.
ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say, I love that idea. It would have been cool for her to, like you said, kill Erewhon, right? Because I didn't like him as a final villain either, actually. I actually thought that Maeve was going to be the final villain after we figured out that she was the Vogue Queen,
Yeah.
And it would have been a bigger fight had she shown up with all her spider army.
Yes!
Princesses, yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been
would've
crazy.
been crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they kind of set it up in Tower of Dawn when you find out about Maeve.
Right.
That she's actually the final boss villain, not Erewhon and his brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I was expecting that, and she turned out to be just like a nothing burger.
Exactly right.
It was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
She got I don't know, minimalized way too quickly.
Yeah.
I was like, we've been building up for this.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
man.
And they
Sucked.
built her up to be the super cunning, evil person, to where you're telling me that she couldn't have figured out how to kill Erewhon. Instead, she's showing up to beg to be a part of his team. Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That didn't
Because
make
even
sense.
then, I thought she was going to weave her spider web, but while she was like, all right, I'm getting
Right.
you to trust me. All right, here's
Yeah,
how
Yeah, I
we're
kept
going to run it
expecting
from here
her
on.
to turn on him at some point, but she
Me
never
too.
did.
No, she went to
Yeah.
go beg. And I'm like, no, this isn't the Maeve that you've been building up in her head. It's like,
Right.
yeah. That's a
That
good
was a
one.
good one.
Yeah.
My next one is about Sorsha. So remember, she's the healer
Yeah.
that Dorian had fallen in love with
Yeah.
Yes.
in Heir of Fire, that his dad beheaded at the end
Yeah.
of that book.
Yeah.
So, okay, I feel like, so she was already a spy in the castle for the rebellion, and she was a healer from Fenharrow, just like Irene was. She was
Right.
also from Fenharrow. And I feel like she also could have helped Dorian once he had that collar on him to figure out how to break free from it, because, her healing powers could have helped him with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, magic was still suppressed in Otterlin at the time, but I could see them figuring out a way to take the towers down, and then her being a key part of that. And so I just feel like Sorsha could have been a much bigger character than she was. And I know that it was almost like Dorian's Nehemia to see the woman he loved die, and that kind of also spurred him and kept him, I guess, pushing back against the Vogue prince that he had inside of him with the collar. But I honestly feel like she could have played a bigger role in the series.
I don't know, man. I didn't like her playing a role at all.
What?
Because you
didn't like
didn't
her.
want Dorian with her.
No, I just.
My gosh.
That's not why.
That is totally why.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's partially why. But
Because you just want him with Aelin.
yes.
Or for herself.
Yes,
Right.
to both statements. Okay. No, I just honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When I read that was Heir of Fire, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because oh yeah, that's right. He ends up with a collar at the end of that book. So when that happened, I just didn't I was kind of bored with that storyline. I'm sorry. I was bored with her and him. It's you fell in love with this girl after talking to her how many times? Come on.
That's what I didn't like about that storyline. It was insta-love.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't feel like
Was it,
insta-love either,
though?
though.
I-
I just,
to
Because
either
me,
way.
she was a healer
kind
for
of-
him before he even noticed her.
Okay, and then
And
all of a
then-
sudden he notices her and falls in love with her. Please.
Well, it wasn't insta love. Jeez, Jen. What did Saoirse ever do to you?
She took my man.
She went for
Oh
her.
my
damn.
god.
Oh my god.
That's not why.
I felt it happened a little quick.
Yeah.
Even with Throne of Glass, it still felt more like a slow burn with her and Dorian or her and Kael. I guess that is partly because of the love triangle, because she's dividing her time. But after having read that, to go to that relationship with Dorian, it felt a little quicker than originally. With Throne of Glass, I should say. What I think would have been cool is had their relationship been more of a slow burn. I still like the idea of them together, but had it been a little bit more of a slow burn, because I think she would have been a cool character too. How cool it would have been to have her and Irene, and how
Yeah.
much could they have done together? Like you were alluding to earlier, had it been more of a slow burn between the two of them, and then magic gets reintroduced and they both learn together on how to use her healing magic and his raw magic, that would have been cool, and it would have made their romance more believable.
And
She
I didn't
was
even think
trying-
about that, but she was trying to help him out with his magic, and like giving him, or like creating concoctions to try to suppress it.
I was gonna
so
say
he
then
could
that's the
control it.
opposite. Well, no, she was trying to help him suppress it so that he wouldn't get caught by the king, not to help him control it. So like, I don't even think she was trying to help him grow as a person either.
Well,
Like, she-
because
but
that's
she
what
also
he
wanted
needed
him
at the
to
time.
live.
But if they had
Yeah.
found out a way to like unleash magic again, she wouldn't have continued to suppress his magic. She would have tried to help him out with it.
Yeah.
I suppose.
But
Enough with the
Complete
Saoirse
side-
hate, Jen.
complete side note though, you know who one of my most hated characters in this series is?
Who?
Who?
Is the bitch boss of hers that turned them in.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
yes.
And she can't even blame a Vogue for making her do it.
No.
Like,
Right.
I hated
like
that
who
woman.
who had real loyalty to the king, honestly. Like this guy was before we even knew that he was controlled by, you know, a Vogue prince or whatever, like he was a terrible person. Like you're telling me you had loyalty to this man? Like, are you kidding me right now? So
Yeah.
dumb. Yeah.
Gross.
No, I agree.
Crazy.
No, I agree though, Steph. Like, all jokes aside, like she definitely would have been. You guys know I'm just joking, right? I mean,
I know, yeah.
Okay.
But you secretly do feel that way.
Do I love Dorian? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But I think that I agree with Ethan. Like, had it been a better build in their relationship, and had she lived, like, she definitely could have been the one to help him grow his magic. Because, like, even now, he still doesn't have a full understanding of it, and the whole series is over.
Yeah. He
you know?
barely
And
started
that really makes me
practicing with
upset.
Rowan
I
in,
know.
Yeah.
what was it, Empire Storms.
Yeah. So yeah, she could have been huge to his growth, and two amazing healers like together. Yeah.
Right.
Here's what I want. Sarah J. Maas, you better be listening. I want
Listen up. Take notes.
I want an eventual romance between Dorian and Manon.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
We've been talking
And
about
I
this
want it to
forever.
be. Well, this series, even though it's sold in adult fantasy now, it didn't start that way. It started in YA, but now it's being sold in adult fantasy just because of the way it ends. I need this to be a true adult fantasy, like how Sarah J. Maas writes A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yeah.
I need
Okay.
that between Dorian and Manon, and I need them to earn that romance and then
Yeah.
work through what they need to work through as new leaders of their
Right,
respective
right.
parties. But I need that. That would be so good.
Yeah, both of their stories are unfinished. They both have kingdoms to go build, and it wasn't fair to end their story that way.
So
Nope,
okay.
nope, nope.
So I don't mean to jump ahead. I mean, Ethan, I know you're next, but since we're talking about Manon and Dorian, and since my what ifs already kind of got touched on, you know, I'm thinking, can I add another one?
Yeah, because I already
Yes.
like
Okay,
took two
okay.
of yours, so might as well.
So it just happened, you know, I just started thinking of it while you were talking, Ethan. Like, what if what if Dorian had accepted Manon's proposal before he went off to go get the third key? So she threw her, well, I don't want to say threw herself. She offered herself to him. She
Yeah.
told him she loved him. She told him she wanted to be with him, and he's the one that was like, So what if she would have?
For
what
her,
if
though,
he would have
so.
said yes? Yes, he did it for her,
Yeah.
which ultimately
Yeah.
was the right choice. But what if
Right,
he would have
right.
said yes? Like, what do we think would have happened? Because clearly the whole, they didn't have the third key yet.
Right.
That didn't matter in the end. So
Ugh, gross.
I'm thinking they would have eventually gotten to the third key because that was still like the ultimate goal. But it would have come later. So,
but she was saying that so he wouldn't go to Mora.
yeah, I know, but I'm saying like then that would have been put off, that goal. And her goal when they were together trying to one, search for the key. On her end, they were trying to find the what was the other coven of witches?
Oh, the Kroken? No, what is it?
Crokens.
Kraken.
The Krakens. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So they would have been together, found the Krakens, gotten them to join up with, the rest of Aylin's
Battle.
army and start
Yeah.
fighting the war. And so then, like, I guess where I'm trying to get at is like, would Aylin have been able to fight Erewhon and Maeve at her full powers, then get the keys and, everything solved? So I like this plot,
Yes. That would have
because
been
I feel like
so much
getting
better.
that third word key ended up, costing Aylin her power ultimately,
and did nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While I didn't like seeing them split up, I was like, oh, I really like them together and I need them to explore that more. I still
Yeah.
feel like it was obviously, like we said it before, it was the right decision for both of them. Had he said yes, I even hearing it and reading, I would have been like, oh, yay, that's cute. He did that. That was a moment. But I think I probably overall would have felt a little dissatisfied with that storyline because I do still feel like both of them needed to grow and both of them grow better in solidarity, even though she's like, I go back to what I said about Dorian before, like he needs to be alone to do his best growth. The more he knows about himself, he knows more about his magic. And I feel like Manon is the same way, even though she's surrounded by her 13, she still needs to operate in her head. Like they're both very much the introvert. Like they need that time.
Okay, but him accepting her proposal doesn't mean they still couldn't do that. Like, I feel like...
It's true.
I feel like... Well, first of all, Manon's the only acceptable partner that I will allow for Dorian. I'm just kidding.
Ooh, high praise. No, but that's still high praise.
I love them together. Like, me and Stephanie have been,
And
like,
they did leave
talking.
it open-ended at the end. Like,
Right.
They talked about possibly seeing
We
each
have
other
been
again,
talking about needing a Dorian Manon novella since forever.
For sure, yeah. At
But
least
A
her-
series.
Actually, a whole series on Dorian, really. Like, I need this story, you guys. I need a
I
whole
need
series
to
like you did
know-
for Aylin.
I need to know more about raw magic. I need it. I need
Yeah.
the answers now.
But had he accepted the proposal, they still could have done that. I mean, they were still going to go and, go off and fight this war. And they were still going to have to figure out what to do, whether or not they were married. Like, he still had to go back to Ireland. She still had to go back to her lands and figure things out.
Yeah.
They could still do that married. Just because you're married doesn't mean you have to stay together physically,
Yeah.
No, but after that acceptance, they wouldn't have parted. I feel like they just would have.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I wanted him to say yes. I was so mad when he did it.
So did I. Like I
was so
wanted him to
mad.
say yes. Yeah. Because it would have been really nice in that moment for both of them.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry for jumping ahead, Ethan, but go ahead and share your next one.
Okay, so my final one is, I feel like all of us are exasperated with Aylin sometimes when she just keeps things to herself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what if Aylin told her circle or her cadre about a plan before a final reveal? I think
gosh.
there's something to be
Imagine
said
that.
about Adian's annoyance
Yeah.
Yeah.
with her every time she does this. He has, like, I don't like Adian, period, full stop. Like,
Right.
I just don't. You can't treat my Lysandra that way. But anyway. But he has a point being as annoyed
Yeah.
as he is because it happens, and it happens a lot.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how Rowan is still with her because each time she does it, it's a lie. And it comes at very high stakes.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
bitch, please tell a bitch. about what's going on.
Just
Like-
let me know.
If anything, they have repeated over and over how much you should trust them
Yeah.
or be able to
Yes.
trust them.
Yes. Okay,
I will die
so
on that hill.
no, I 100% agree with you. But
Yeah.
pick a plan for us to like dissect. Had she told
Yeah.
her cadre
Yeah,
about
what
it?
plan
Which
Don't
one?
specifically?
You name one, and I'll say
I'm
yes.
thinking the biggest one was right before her and Dorian were gonna try to seal the word gate together. She already had in her head that she was gonna do it herself.
Right. That
And
she was
not
gonna
let
kick him
Dorian
out.
do it.
Yeah.
And she didn't
Yes.
tell Rowan that. And Rowan, like, I felt like that was a huge betrayal and almost like unforgivable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that one.
Okay. Well then, if she would have told the cadre about it, he probably would have gone in with her. He would have done it with her because he has said that like they were going to be together till the end, and like he was going to be there with her along it all. So
Like for the word gate thing?
no, just for anything they
Okay,
they
yeah.
tackle together, right?
Yeah.
So-
I think Rowan had a lot more trust in her than she had in him. And like
Right.
no matter what her plan was,
Yeah.
he would have accepted it.
That
Yes.
was the one he could not accept, though. Like that, and I think that's why she ended up lying. Well, actually, I know that's why she ended up lying because he could not
Yeah.
accept her dying. So
Making
that's what
that
I'm saying. Like,
sacrifice, yeah.
had she told him, they would have probably gone together, kind of like Rhysand and Feyre tried to do at the very end of book 6, where they made the pact to die together.
Spoilers.
Yeah. So I think that Rowan probably would have done the same thing with Aelin, and I think that that's how that storyline would have gone. So. I would have gotten rid of Rowan.
I
Rowan.
don't know. I just
I
feel
love Rowan,
like
but yeah.
they deserve more trust than what
Yeah.
she gave them.
Yeah.
Like, and I,
I
feel like
wish-
probably plans could have been better,
I was going to say,
right?
the plan I'm thinking of where she should have included her cadre in on was the gathering of the allies. Like, had she told everybody
Yes.
who
Oh
she
my
had
gosh,
reached out to,
yeah.
that whole
Yes.
fucking situation would have gone so much better, and she would not have gotten
Yeah.
kidnapped.
Yep.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. That one too.
Like, had she told everybody, hey, y'all, I reached out to this person, this person,
Yeah.
this person, this person. They're all coming to meet me. They're coming here, they're coming here. Like, keep an eye out.
Right.
None of all of that beach scene would have happened had she just included people in on what she was doing.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
So,
I felt that in my core. Like,
I just,
That
I'm
could have
so
been-
upset with her for all that
Yeah.
bullshit.
And Kingdom of Ash would have been like half as long.
Which would have been fine. I still would have
I
read
don't
it.
know. Yes, totally. I would have enjoyed it more probably.
That's
had
what
it
I'm
been
saying. It would have been an
shorter.
improvement.
Yes, 100%.
Oh man, I would not have been a ball of anxiety throughout a whole 1,000
Yeah.
book, novel or whatever, page book. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. And then to me, it read like after. I feel like a lot of people get so exasperated with Adian when he asks Aelin, "Where are our allies?" And
Yeah.
then we read like this final reveal, and
She's already been trying to
Coulda just
communicate
told
with them.
him.
Like, come on.
he had a point.
You coulda
He
just
has
told
no right to be
him.
upset.
Yeah. Where are they?
Like, you know what, cuz? You're right. This is who
She
I
could have
called
at least
up.
been like, I'm working on it. Like,
Yeah.
I did X, Y, Z.
Let me let you
know?
in on a secret. Yeah.
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 I did like the series though. I really did.
I did too.
Obviously. Yeah.
You guys, like, it sounds like we're bashing on the story. We're really not. We absolutely love Throne of Glass. There were just so many
It was
scenes
so-
where, like,
Yeah.
you know.
So
And I
many
feel like
things could have
that's
so
gone
fun to
differently.
read.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, we probably could do the exact same thing for the Empyrean series, like once it's done. So
Oh, I
it
bet.
doesn't-
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we don't like it. There's just so many scenarios that could go so differently.
We could
Mm-hmm.
go book by book.
Yeah.
All right, book friends, thank you so much for spending this time with us. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future episodes, because we have a couple more in this series coming out for you. And if you're joining us on the podcast side of things, we'd love it if you took a moment to rate and review the show on your listening platform. It truly does help other book friends find us and jump into the conversation as well. And now, we want to hear from you. Did any of these what if scenarios totally work for you or completely break the story for you? What's a what if you think about way too often? Let us know in the comments. We can't wait to read them.